You are now live with the Humble Prince on Sahara FM Radio. Yeah. Yep, and we're back live with the Humble Prince on Sahara FM Radio. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Hope you've been enjoying the show so far. He was here last week, and he's back again because we just had to have him, man. And we wanted to get as much as from him as we could before he goes back. So, again, we're joined by author of the Love Manual, Mr. Steve White. Steve, thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, on Live with the Humble Prince, man. No. How I know you used to have some events. How were those events?
Really nice. Really, really thankful for the love. Everyone who came out to support, thank you.
Is that a British accent?
I'm from London.
He's from London. He lives in London. Yeah, we are from London.
Is that a marriage?
don't speak like
is that
that.
a wedding ring?
We don't speak
my
like
hair
that.
back.
Hiya.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's
Where
really
about
bad.
do you live? No?
Yeah, you should stick to this one.
Yeah, fantastic, man. So one of the reasons we wanted to have you back, I thought we had a very good conversation, and during the show and after the show, and you and I were talking. I just, wanted to share some views. Wanted you to share some views on some of the topics from the book. So I know you wanted to talk about. We wanted to talk about self-worth, cheating, and divorce.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay. So you met our co-host extraordinaire, Kemi Adetiba, cinematographer. Right, fantastic. So talk about self-worth. What do you want people to know about that?
Well, I really wanted to start there because a lot of people are looking for solutions.
Okay.
In fact, no. A lot of people are looking at problems in relationships, whether it be men this, women that, and all men this, and fundamentally, if we don't tackle the main issues from the bottom, we will never ever be able to have good relationships. And I think that it starts with self. It starts with who are you?
Okay.
And if you don't know your worth, you don't know your value, you won't have a benchmark to what you tolerate. You will accept mediocrity into your life, you accept foolishness into your life, and then you'll be left single and heartbroken. You'll be asking why. So if you can tackle who are you, that's what this is about. This isn't about making great relationships. This is about helping you to find who you are.
Okay. So I shouldn't buy it for ex-boyfriends or anything.
Oh no!
I was about to go, I better buy this for some ex-boyfriends.
Oh no! Again, there's information that's going to help people to maybe see where I messed up.
Okay.
Or
I like what he said though, especially when you said refusing to accept mediocrity. And I think especially for women, a lot of times we settle all the time and go the person is going to change, or it's they're going to be different, and after a while you're going to have to tell yourself, sit yourself down and tell yourself, no, this is, am I willing to accept this? If you're willing to accept it, that's your business, but you can't then complain about it. You can't then, because I've been in relationships where I have accepted what I was not supposed to, and then what ends up happening is it starts messing with your self-esteem. Now, and then you're complaining, and when you're always complaining about something, I don't want to be that person. So then you have to sit down and just go, I don't want to take this anymore.
But the problem there is, if you deserve a Rolls Royce, but you think that you deserve a Honda Accord, when you get the Honda Accord, you think that's normal. You don't know that you actually deserve a Rolls Royce.
No, but what is happening is that you think you deserve a Rolls Royce, then a Honda Accord comes and says, I could be that Rolls Royce. You just gotta give me that oil change, or change my tires, and then you're there hoping that this Honda.
But the woman being the key to that vehicle, if she knows who she is, she will not try to put the Honda Accord key in the Rolls Royce car.
Then
that's the knowing your worth.
So wait, are we talking about cars now? So
it's about identity. Once you know who you are, then you can build from that. But I think I posted it on Instagram yesterday. Know your worth and build from there.
Fantastic. I think that's something that everybody should definitely work with. I know, again, because of time, sorry. So let's talk about cheating, and some people think it's probably the norm in some cultures.
Do they?
Yeah. Not me.
Really? Are you sure?
No. I'm saying. So why do you think people cheat? Men and women, not just men, because women cheat too.
Let me just, so as you know, the first half of this book is for women. Second half of this book is for men.
Yes.
And I have that chapter, why some men cheat, and in both parts of the book, why some women cheat.
Okay, good.
And it's quite interesting that the answers are exactly the same. So I did research, and there are a few key things that come up in both. Opportunity That's one thing.
When you say opportunity, what does that mean?
Well,
like, did you see like a girl,
right? No,
like
no,
Miss
not just
Ogun
that.
walking down the road?
Not just
and
that.
She says, hi.
Again, remember, we have viewers, both male and female.
Okay.
So it might just be that you might just see a guy, or you might just see a girl.
Right.
So from both perspectives, not just
Right.
from the woman's
Okay.
or the man's. Opportunity. Some people see it as, if you don't know your worth, if a beautiful woman or a beautiful man looks at you, and you think they're out of your league, but they're interested in you, that might make you think, whoa, I'm better than what I have. I'm not saying it's right. None of these reasons I'm saying are right, but this is reality, okay, of what happens.
Right.
Variety. Some people get bored. Some people don't like one thing. Some people like change, some people don't. Boredom, that lack of sex. That's a very interesting one.
Some women be trying to use that to punish their men.
And some men are not satisfied in women.
Right.
So
right.
what do those women do? Maybe look elsewhere.
Yeah. They're up at 3 a.m. in the morning on Facebook.
Now this one, I think a lot of women wrote this one when I put the post out, a lack of an emotional connection.
Right.
Some women really love like the bedroom activity, but mentally they can't connect with their man. So when they start having a conversation with a real man,
Right.
all of a sudden they start to want to stray to that way, you know. Same with men as well. Validation, low self-esteem. Again, people will cheat to feel good about themselves.
Right.
To feel, I still got it. Yeah, I got grey hairs, I put on a bit of weight, but people out there still like me. Yet this woman's at home with her husband and he doesn't ever compliment her.
Wow.
Or the dude's like, oh, she doesn't see me the same way because I'm not an athlete anymore.
And then you go outside and someone
Gives you what you're not getting at home.
Somebody likes your picture on Facebook.
I think that's a little bit
No, I'm
too.
just joking.
Unhappy relationships,
Right.
revenge. People cheat because they've been cheated on.
True.
Or he or she knew that they could get away with it.
Right, but you and I were having a
Doesn't
conversation.
that go back to opportunity again?
Yeah.
True. Yeah. And then there was a thing where somebody said a man would cheat if he knows he won't get caught.
Okay.
And the same for women. I say the same for women too, but like I said,
Not all women. I wouldn't cheat.
nah, definitely.
I just don't have it in my DNA.
But you know what? Exactly. You know what I like? I like the reason you give. I'm not going to steal it. Why do you think a man or woman shouldn't cheat?
Well, it depends on your commitment.
Right.
Where's your commitment? Like me, I'm very strong on my word. So if I tell you I'm going to be there at 5 o'clock, I'm going to be there at 5 o'clock.
And you were.
So I guess how much does your word mean to you?
Right.
And then why, we're gonna go on to the topic of marriage, why are you getting married?
Right.
Like what does that commitment mean to you?
Exactly.
Who are you committing to? You know, some people get married for money. Some people get married because they're pressured into doing it. Some people get married because that's their religion.
Right.
So that's a commitment to God.
Right.
I mean, if you're going to talk about, just sorry to cut you off, but then if you're saying why people should not cheat, because you're going to hurt the other person. I think that's just at the end of it. Like, this is what it is. One of the reasons, apart from it's just not in my DNA, but one of the reasons I would not cheat on somebody that I was committed to, whether you're married or not married, I don't want to disrespect that person.
True.
If I'm committed to you, then I hold you in high esteem.
Right.
You know, I respect you. I don't want somebody else disrespecting you because I decided to jump out the house. So it's that respect for that person. I don't want to see that person look at me and be hurt or feel disrespected, or I'm causing that pain, and that's just it.
Well, they won't know. No, I'm just joking.
So what if? But what if they do know? That's always what you have to think about. What if this person finds out?
Definitely.
Then how am I going? Will I be able to take this person looking at me this way?
Right.
No.
And there's also a trust thing. And I say, I think in a relationship, once the trust is gone, you could just. I think the relationship is dead.
It's difficult to build back up, but I think again, it comes back down to your worth. Like you said, you don't want to hurt the person.
Right.
You don't want to disrespect the person. But what is it? What does that mean for you? Like as an individual, to making a commitment and then break it.
Right.
For whatever reason it is.
Right.
You have to own it. And that's,
True.
I think, sometimes we talk about the people that go out and cheat and we talk about the problems.
Yeah.
But for the people out there who do that, own your situation. Be bold enough to, say I've done this or whatever. And
do you think once the cheater, always the cheater?
absolutely not.
Definitely.
Really?
Absolutely not.
I believe so.
Have you ever lied? Have you ever lied before?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you a liar?
You can't use that.
true. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, we have to round up. So one thing that's been on the rise is divorce.
Yes.
People say that it's not as much as it happened, but so what's your thoughts on divorce? Real
I
quick.
think people should be patient before they get into marriage.
Okay.
And I don't believe in prenuptial agreements because,
Why?
Why?
Because you start a relationship with the option that if
getting
we
out.
don't work
Okay.
out, and if you start with an
Man,
option,
and nowadays, man,
but if
I believe in prenup.
if you start a situation
Yeah.
with the option of failure,
Right.
you're gonna get failure.
Wow.
But if you consider that failure is not an option, we are committing to each other
Right.
forever.
Yeah.
We're going to work together. We're going to build together. We're going to maintain this love as a team. Then all of your energy goes into that. No second plan Bs. There's no plan Bs.
Yeah. Sorry, we have to round up. Kemi, what do you want to say on this topic, real quick?
I'm just still torn on that.
No prenup?
The prenup, yeah.
Do you agree with prenup or no?
If I had the money,
Yes.
and if I had the money and I lived here, I would have prenup.
Definitely.
If it was a Nigerian guy, probably. If I was living in Nigeria, probably not. But if I was living here,
Definitely.
And that's how a lot of people feel going into relationships. That option is there. That's not going to work.
Here's my point on divorce. I don't think it makes sense. I'm fine. You get married, things happen, but if you're starting to make each other's lives miserable, you only have one life to live, man. Especially, and look at women that face domestic abuse. That's one of the things we
but that's an
talk about.
extreme.
Right.
But what if someone just doesn't make you happy anymore?
Right.
Do you think they have the right to opt out?
I think they should try to work on it a little bit. But if you
Okay.
can't work on
People
it,
quit
right?
too soon.
I don't think it's quitting. I think it's just going in a different direction.
Yeah, I think sometimes people
That's just
quit too soon.
Right.
But to be fair, if divorce is an option, from the beginning, you shouldn't be together.
Could I just point
Please, hurry up. Yeah,
just
go
one more
ahead.
thing?
Yeah.
Because what about situations where people get married too early, especially women? They get married too early,
Yeah.
and then they develop in the marriage and fight. Like, 'cause I mean, when you're growing and you're evolving,
That's why-
you're
that's
gonna
why
see
some
like this is
people-
not what I want anymore. So then, what happens in those
Yeah,
situations?
then fair enough. I don't condone divorce.
I don't condone
There
it.
are
I'm
some
not-
situations where I say a woman's got to get out or a man's got to get out of
Yes.
abuse. However, I believe it's a mature thing.
Right.
So if you're getting married well young, fair enough, things will change. I understand that. But it's a mature decision. That's
Yeah.
why I said at the beginning, be patient before you get married.
Do you think people
Because
can fall back in
you
love?
can't make temporary options out of a permanent decision. You can't make temporary backup plans out of a permanent commitment.
True.
So if you say I want to be with someone for the rest of my life, there should be no temporary backups or
Options to get
band-aids
Right.
attached to that.
Yeah, Kemi, you had a question real quick.
Can
Answer
can
it.
someone fall back in love with a person? Like, if you're in a loveless marriage, can you?
Rekindle the spark. Or
I mean, what if it wasn't there? What if it was one of those out of a situation?
Yeah.
Do you think people can grow to love themselves out of
Yes,
the
absolutely.
tenets that you have in this
Yes,
book?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, a lot of marriages break up because people don't know who they are. And then what they do is they try to look for it in the couple or their partners, but you're never going to find yourself in somebody else.
But is love enough?
Of course it is. Love is the most powerful thing ever.
It's enough.
More than enough.
And sex.
It's all included.
Nice, man. Steve, thank you so
We could
much,
have been
man.
here the whole day.
Thank
I
you.
know,
But
man.
we did this last week.
We did this last week. We had a lot of
You
time
didn't
this week.
invite me last week. I have so many questions.
No, well, Kemi,
I'll
when-
just pick up the book then.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, please, so plug the book. How can they get it and everything?
IamSteveWhite.com.
Right, exactly.
That's
so
it.
that's fantastic. And you're on Facebook, Twitter, and all that. Steve White. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Right, so Kemi, thank you so much. Nick, round of applause for Kemi Adetiba, please. Thank you for being an excellent co-host. So, Kemi, please, you gave us an exclusive earlier. Can you just repeat that again? I didn't write it down. A new, what is it? A new.
Your lucky day.
Your lucky day. Fantastic. So we're going to look forward to that. So, Kemi, thank you. If there's anybody you'd
Thank
like to
you.
acknowledge or give a shout out to, please. Oh, I want to give a big shout out to Remy Adetiba.
What, my brother?
Yes, your brother. we just called it True Saturday Night. Remy, love you, bro. Yeah, if there's anybody you want to give a shout out to, please.
Any and everyone that supports me, and
Right.
I see your messages on Instagram, Twitter, or when you
Yes.
meet me on the road. I swear to you, like sometimes it's overwhelming,
Right.
and I might not respond to everything, especially social media. But then I see it. I'm absolutely humbled, and
Right.
thank you so much. So
Yeah, thank you. Well, guys, we have to round up, and that's all the show we have. But we had Yambari, the Mother Drum artist. She couldn't make it, but also I'd like to thank Steve White for being on the show. I'd like to thank Adibola Fashion, the CEO of Kari's and Shell's fashion line, and also Joy, the director of Miss Nigeria USA. Big shout out to Toyosi Phillips. Thank you so much. Debbie, let's give Debbie a round of applause. Debbie interviewed Kemi Adetiba. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Omalicha as well for calling from Lagos, and to the whole Sahara team. You know, you guys know yourselves. We're running out of time, so I can't mention everybody. But thank you, Sammy on social media. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Olu. Thank you, everybody. Sammy, everybody, Michael, thank you guys. Yeah, thank you guys so much. So guys, check us out on Sahara TV this Friday. We have the full inauguration coverage. You're gonna see Rudolph, you're gonna see Quasi, you're gonna see Toyosi, you're gonna see Declan. We're gonna be giving you live updates from the inauguration, and congratulations to the new president of Nigeria. I gotta say though, you have your work cut out for you, buddy. Yeah. Live with the Humble Prince, Sahara FM Radio. We'll see you next week.
Vibes Land Entertainment, in conjunction with Bear.